Please welcome the wickedly talented
Betches Video Club.
There's a mistake. You guys won Best Picture.
Welcome back to Betches Video Club. This is the show where the Betches Video team talks all things movies and TV. It's like book club, but with way more screens. And today we are talking about girls. And because we love a little bit of competition, we're going to be giving out awards, also known as the Betchies, to our nominated episodes. Your hosts today are
Brian Russell Smith,
Maddie Mahoney,
and Jack Maloney.
and today we're taking a trip back in time to Lena Dunham's New York. The year was 2012. Peplum tops ruled the world. Froyo was the dessert. And we had just been blessed with the definitive new foursome. Hannah Horvath, Marnie Michaels, Shoshanna Shapiro, and Jessa Johansson. As always, we asked the Academy, aka The Office, to nominate their favorite episodes of Girls. And your winning episodes contending for awards today are Season 1, Episode 1, The Pilot. Season 1, Episode 7, Welcome to Bushwick, aka The Crackcident. Season 3, Episode 7, Beach House. And Season 5, Episode 6, Panic in Central Park. I wanted to do a brief recap of these episodes just in case people haven't been addicted to this show recently like we all have been and like our whole office has been. So if you haven't been watching, here's just a brief recap of what happens in each one. And if you have been watching, just fast forward a couple seconds. All right, so in the pilot, this is the episode where Hannah searches for a job in New York City after she is cut off financially by her parents. In The Crackcident, the girls go to a warehouse party in Brooklyn. Marnie discovers Charlie has a new girlfriend. Hannah sees Adam at the party and learns that he's in AA. Jeff, Jessa's boss at the time, comes to see Jessa at the party but ends up in the ER. And Shoshanna accidentally smokes crack. In Beach House, Marnie invites the girls to her mother's friend's beach house for the weekend. It's on the North Fork, not the Hamptons. While all the girls are there, Hannah runs into Elijah. And the girls learn a lot about themselves through each other and through a massive fight that ensues. And in Panic in Central Park, this is the episode where Marnie and Desi argue. And then she goes out and she runs into her old boyfriend, Charlie, and spends the night with him. Sort of frolicking around New York.
Sort of yikes there.
Sort of big yikes. Okay, but rewind to the pilot. One of my favorite parts of the pilot, and what I think is so special about this show, is that it really does like pay homage to the shows that came before. There's that scene where Jessa and Shoshana are in Shosh's dorm room, and she's got her Sex and the City poster on the wall, and they're talking about like, oh, who are you from Sex and the City?
Yeah.
And like, obviously Lena Dunham did that on purpose. I wonder if while she was writing that, if she even had like the smallest hope in her mind that girls would then one day become that for other people.
I do remember when the show was announced, there was this whole, is this the next Sex in the City? So part of me wonders if it was like a retroactive, like, oh, let's like, we have to address it
Interesting.
right away. I thought it was funny.
I was actually before this a girl's virgin.
Oh my God, we
Well-
popped your chair.
Well, actually, I'm still a girl's virgin. I'm just not a girl's virgin. You know what I mean? I literally loved that moment so much because for someone like me, and I guess this is kind of probably the impetus, like I have seen Sex and the City, haven't seen Girls. It kind of gave me an immediate frame of like, okay, so I'm kind of looking at this the same way. We have 4 different personalities. These 4 girls, you know, are affiliated with each other.
Yeah.
I will say from like a setting up the character standpoint, I felt like this pilot was a lot more like delicate and gentle about it. Like in the Sex and the City pilot, immediately, Miranda Hobbs, corporate lawyer, this is what she is, blah, blah,
Spell
blah.
it out,
like
yeah.
quite literally in your face.
Yeah.
This one, like, you know, at first it's not clear. It wasn't clear to me that like Shosh and Jessa were friends with the other 2 girls until the dinner party.
Yeah.
And like, they kind of just drop you in and like kind of let you just figure things out a bit, which I was like, God, this is just so like, it's super realistic. And
it's also like that time in TV where I feel like writers, producers, whoever, the powers that be were like, wait, audiences are actually a lot smarter than we've been giving them credit for. So we're just going to like drop you into the story. Like you said, you guys will catch on and catch up, but like we're going to give you complexity right off the bat, which I love about Girls.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things about it. Is there one character that you guys are like, oh, if in Sex and the City you're like, I'm a Carrie or whatever. Is there somebody in Girls like that for you?
Shosh has the whole thing of like, well, I think I'm a Carrie at heart. And sometimes Samantha just comes out.
Right.
And I was like literally moved because I don't feel like I'm truly any one of these girls. I definitely I think I'm like a Shosh Rising. Like I feel like I can elude that energy, and I totally would accidentally smoke crack. For the record, accidentally.
I think would probably be a Marnie.
Yeah.
I feel.
I would
Oh
agree.
yeah, you agree.
Yeah,
No,
we-
I'm like I align with that for myself.
When things don't go my way, I become uptight.
Yeah.
Like when she's like, I'm putting you in this bed, in this bed.
Yes.
And like I have a plan in my head, and it goes the other way. I kind of spiral, and she spirals like hard and
Hardcore.
Like, spiral hardcore. So
Yeah.
I relate to a Marnie.
I really relate to all of that. Like I feel the exact same way. I feel like, from a very young age, Maddie knew who she was, and it was a Marnie Michaels. Like I really feel that way. Like when she's drawing out the name cards for all the beds, like you said, like I am doing that. I'm like always giving myself extra unnecessary work to make things perfect, and then when it doesn't go perfectly, I'm like white knuckling it.
Yeah.
No, Maddie, I don't want to be that guy, but literally watching it, I was like, oh, Marnie's so Maddie.
100%.
Like the scene where she corrects them on the dance they're
No,
purely
let's
doing
do it
for
again.
fun.
Let's do it again.
Well, it would be perfect if you did X, Y, but if it can't be perfect, let's get it as close to perfect as possible
Yeah,
now.
I
I was like,
know.
so that's actually Maddie.
It's hard too because like you can see that she doesn't like it's not working for her.
Yeah.
Being that way has not gotten her what she wants out of life. And I feel like that's also what I relate to the most. Like I'm not proud to be that way, but I feel like and yet I am, and I'm just like always trying to clock myself when I notice myself doing those things, you know? So this series really reflects back a slice of life that so many people can relate to, especially us New Yorkers. So that brings us to our first award, which is the Gracie Abrams Award for most That's So True moment. Your nominees are your parents cutting you off, getting dragged to a Bushwick party against your will, going on a forced friendship trip that ends in a fight, and your ex moves on before you do, making you question your decision to break up.
Accurate that you chose Gracie Abrams for this award, considering the nepotism of the.
Okay,
The
here we
show.
go.
Wait, tell me about the nap.
Brian's well, she's J.J. Abrams' daughter.
Who is?
Gracie Abrams.
Right.
And then
Brian doesn't like Gracie Abrams.
Okay, but who's Nepo on
He
the
hates her.
show?
all of them.
I felt so triggered by the Hamptons episode, or the not Hamptons episode, the
North Fork.
North Fork episode,
North
because
Fork.
I've literally gone on one of those trips, actually in the Hamptons,
Okay. Brag.
and it was, humble brag, backdoor brag, and it was that. It was kind of that.
Really?
Except I didn't have a group of cool gays to like ease the tension.
Right. Were you guys ever cut off? Like officially, was there a conversation? And did you feel like it was fair timing?
I cut myself off.
I feel similarly.
I mean, it was more of like, I need to get off of this because it was 2016 post, election. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go on my own now.
Oh my God, that's so brave.
So the world falling apart made you say, actually, I'm going to brave this one on my own.
Yeah, I didn't, when you're having a political argument with people in your family, it's better if they can't be like, well, I pay for your phone bill.
Oh,
So
Okay,
I was like,
School.
Okay, I wasn't
School 'em,
totally-
babe.
I wasn't
That's-
totally putting it together.
That's where I was going at. So now we were on an even playing field and we could,
I love that. You know what?
nicely
As the
discuss.
kids say, is that how they do it? Or
It's
middle
actually the
finger?
middle finger. So
Okay.
this one is good outfit, and this one is fierce.
Which one's
like
good outfit?
that's good outfit.
Okay.
Or this, like this, and then this is like stand on business, baby.
What about like the family phone plan? Y'all still on that?
Oh, I'm on that.
I'm
if
on
you're
that
counting,
for life,
If you
baby.
count not being cut off as being on that, then yeah, I guess I'm not cut off because I'm still on it.
I'm on that.
And
It's
I
cheaper.
won't
It's cheaper for everybody. Okay.
Hope my parents aren't watching this because I won't say a word about it.
You're staying quiet, hoping they forget.
I'm hoping that they don't say anything until I have a kid, and they're like, so maybe.
Until you have a child
you're
who
maybe-
needs to get on that family
Yeah,
phone.
it's like so they're like you're actually starting your own family, so maybe a plan
Right.
for you guys.
Yeah. Are you and your husband on your own?
We're on our own plans.
Grown up
Yeah,
alert.
own plan. File my own taxes.
Oh, file your own taxes, of
Well,
course.
duh.
Yeah.
That I've
Wait,
done.
That just reminded me. I got a letter from the IRS that I need to address.
Noting that for Maddie. Wait,
Gee.
Maddie, did you get cut off?
I sort of did a similar thing to Brian, but it wasn't like politically motivated. I guess I was like, I just felt so much guilt for my parents paying for my college education, which was very expensive, even though they said it was okay. I still just like put a little put a lot of guilt on myself for that. And so as soon as I graduated, I was like, I got this. Like, don't ever even look at me again. I'm so sorry I did this to you. You know what I mean?
That is so firstborn of you.
What about the Bushwick, the getting dragged to a Bushwick party against your will? Any relations to that? Any feelings? You both just recoiled in your seats. For those of you listening at home, deep gasps,
I've
scared
lived in
looks.
Bushwick, and then like leaving it, it's great.
Leaving it is great, Jack. When you leave it, you're gonna love it.
I was once punched in the head by a lesbian at a party in Bushwick.
No, what'd you do to
So-
provoke her? You
You
were asking for
be a
it,
gay
I have to
man.
assume.
No, I mean, I don't know if you know this, but when it comes to female relationships, they're emotional.
Right.
And I
Really?
was yeah, I think so. I was friends with both.
Okay.
They broke up, became only friends with one. The
Oh,
other one was upset about that.
You had to pick, or you wanted to
I
pick?
just was not hanging out with her anymore. I was just hanging out with the other
Okay,
one.
so it was a natural sort
It
of
was just a
switch to one side.
natural, and a few months went by. I happened to run into the ex at the party,
Oh my God.
and I turn around, and I'm like at a table, and all of a sudden,
You're grabbing your Dunkin'.
I'm grabbing my Dunkin', and I was like, boom, and I was like, did someone just punch me in the back of the head? And she was being held back,
No.
and she was like screaming, crying, like looking at me, and I was like, did you just punch me in the fucking head? And I like laughed, and then she got kicked out, and I left.
She got kicked out of the party.
She got kicked out of the party.
Have you seen her since or spoken to her?
No.
That's
that
a
was the last
crazy move.
interaction.
Yeah.
That could have been bad. You
It
could
was-
have got really
I-
hurt.
Did you get a concussion?
No,
Is that why you are the way you are?
Yeah, maybe. It was a really weak punch, I gotta say,
Oh, weak
unfortunately.
punch. Well, thank
Yikes.
goodness.
When Hannah's on the front of Adam's bike
Oh my God.
and he stops. Oh, man. The physical comedy is so fucking
It's
good.
so-
Unreal. I was just like, girl, I've been to this party 45 times. The music's just a little different these days. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the only change.
The outfits are even the same.
And that's how I know.
Taco
like,
with a K is the same. I've met Taco.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
4 of them, actually. They all live between the Morgan and Jefferson stop.
To wear.
Jess's feathers.
Jess's feathers. Like, Jessa looks like she belongs there because she does.
Shoshanna's bump it.
Oh my God.
So
The
good.
bump it. And then she's just in her tights at the end.
Yeah.
So funny.
See,
right,
another person getting punched in Bushwick.
And the Betchy for the Gracie Abrams Award for most That's So True moment goes to getting dragged to a party in Bushwick against your will.
Oh, it's so true.
It's so true, y'all. That's so true. Ooh, ooh, ooh. And that is how Marnie Michaels would sing that. Your next award is the best one-liner. Your nominees are from the pilot, Hannah to Marnie about Charlie. Are you sick of eating him out because he has a vagina? From the Crackcident, Taco, Adam's friend to Hannah. It's Taco with a K. It's just, I can usually tell when someone thinks it's with a C. From Beach House, Hannah, talking about Spring Breakers. I thought that movie was the perfect blend of art and commerce. And from Panic in Central Park, Desi to Marnie. Bella, open your heart to me now. I feel like I want to take like a moment of a moment of silence, but a moment of appreciation for Lena Dunham's writing. It's just so unbelievably funny and somehow also feels so real.
I loved when Elijah was talking to Marnie about Charlie when they were in college at the Beach House episode. And he's like, did you ever, like, I thought he might be gay. And then he's like, we started watching Wild Horses together and I thought we were going to jerk each other off. I thought that was so funny. I don't know why.
It's so good.
It's so good.
Also from Beach House, I love when Marnie says, I just thought we could prove to everyone via Instagram that we can still have fun as a group.
And topical.
Topical,
So real.
still relevant.
Yes.
Just saying that underlying thing out loud. I feel like that's
Yeah.
what this whole show is.
It's so funny because this was the advent of Instagram, sort of when
Yeah.
the show came out. And it's funny how, like, because it's still within that revolution, like, that is something we would say today.
100%.
Like, that didn't age at all.
No.
You know what I mean? That's very much still that.
In the pilot, they did say Facebook Messenger,
yeah.
which is like, no, not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not
But-
no longer.
As someone who, so when the show premiered, I was 20 years old and I was living in Bushwick. But I
Wow.
kind of looked at it as sort of like, this is so fake. This is like
Sure.
not good. Or like, I didn't love it as much.
Yeah.
And then I think as time went on, I was like, whatever, I watched it. Rewatching it now and with hindsight,
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit. This was very much
It was actually
my
the most
life. It
accurate
was
thing.
extremely accurate. And
Yeah.
like, I think
Documentary.
the most accurate thing is like their sense of their grandiosity or
About
whatever
everything.
about everything.
But
Yes.
with such chill vibes. Like they say
Yeah.
grandiose stuff, very just
Yeah.
like down here.
You
Yeah.
really do think that shit is true when you're in that position, and then
Yes.
you realize it's not.
Those characters are your age.
Yes, which also freaked me out.
But
I was
that
having
was,
a
like-
lot of synesthesia, dysphoria with that.
Synesthesia and dysphoria.
Lots of phorias and esias and lots of things. Like, hated
Exias.
that.
Yeah.
I feel like that's why we couldn't watch it when it
Yeah.
came out. It was too close to home. And also, like, this is what, when we talked to Allison Williams for How Online Are You here, she said a similar thing. I was like, what's the resurgence of Marnie and girls been like for you? And she was like, honestly, it's great to see that people appreciate it now, because even though it was well received back in the day from like
Yeah.
critics, it was very sort of like touch and go with the
Yeah.
people who it was made for.
Like, as far as what? Like, how many people were actually watching it at the time?
No, people were watching it, but like these were characters we all hated. It was like, oh, no one is likable.
Yeah.
And now it's like, well, yeah, and also nobody in my life is likable.
Yeah, exactly.
Shout
And
out to
that's
everybody in
tea.
my
Have
life.
you ever met like most people in their early 20s are pretty awful,
Exactly.
and so like
Shout out
that's
Jack.
shout out Jack, Skylar, all
Horrid.
both awful people.
Yeah,
But I'm
this
sure-
close to a layoff here every day.
That's also why you love them,
Mm-hmm.
because it's like such a really rich time in your life where, yeah, like everything is horrible and everything could be the end of the world.
And we all got great one-liners.
Okay, let's get into the award. And the Betchy for best one-liner goes to... Oh my God, it's a tie.
That's the first
It's
time.
a scroll. Desi to Marnie, Bella, open your heart to me now. I mean, yes, this is a meme. Like,
Yes.
this is an iconic line. We didn't even talk about it, but of course, this is one of the winners. And Taco. It's Taco with a K. I can usually tell when people think it's with a C.
I mean,
So funny.
two great
Oh,
lines.
funny. Two great ones.
When she yells out to Adam in the pilot, could you also get a condom? He goes, I'll consider it. I was just like, that's so good. Like, just sort of shitty men all around in this
Shitty
show.
Men All Around, which is a perfect segue to our next award, which is the On Again, Off Again Award for Most Average Boyfriend. Your nominees are Adam, Charlie, Ray, and Desi. I think we should do a quick round of FMKF.
Okay.
Fuck, marry, kill, and then we're gonna, because there's 4 guys, we'll do an extra fuck.
Everyone remember, I have not seen the whole series. I don't have full context.
Okay?
Don't sue. Kill Desi. Bye.
Yeah.
I'm like, just like, no. Fuck Charlie, but part 2 Charlie. Like late season Charlie.
You want him when he's an addict?
When he's a heroin addict living in a heroin den?
Well,
Wanting
they're
to
sort
fuck-
of...
You wanting to fuck heroin Charlie and not sweetie boy Charlie is so good.
Heroin Charlie's kind of daddy.
You like
he's a
fuck?
little daddy.
Yeah, he's got a nice facial
then
hair.
I'll also double F. Let's go the second F.
Okay.
Ray, because I don't really care about him or know much about him.
Okay.
And I'd marry Adam just because
You'd marry Adam.
it's Adam Driver. There's
It's
just
not
sort
Adam
of,
Driver.
It's
It's,
not
the
Adam Driver.
Yeah,
character.
but his
of
name's
Adam.
Adam, and that's fooling me.
He's also quite tall.
I am going to kill Desi. Desi is a sociopath, and I could never get behind that in any way, shape, or form. Brian has a different opinion. I'm going to fuck Adam, and I'm going to fuck Charlie 1.0. I don't want heroin addict Charlie. I know that might feel controversial to some people. I want sweetie boy Charlie in my bed.
It just makes me think you're soft and not about it, not about life.
If you're not doing heroin.
No, it's not about doing heroin. It's about being willing to fuck someone who is.
Okay, well, yeah, I'm soft. Sorry. And then I would marry Ray. Ray seems really stable. He's got his head screwed on. Is that the phrase? Good head screwed onto his shoulders.
I got a
Good head screwed on, shoulders, crack, heroin.
No, Ray doesn't do
No,
that.
but he's the crack spirit guy.
I too would marry Ray.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we would have a nice life together.
That's the Marnie in us.
Exactly. Oh my God.
Right?
However, I would kill both Charlies pre and post because he's a little bitch in the beginning. And then he is a heroin addict living in a heroin den. And I mean,
But
I guess we should have sympathy for him, but he's still kind of an asshole.
But he lives with Julia Roberts, which is sort of cool.
Julia Garner.
Julia Garner.
He lives with Julia Garner.
He lives with Julia Garner, which is sort of cool.
I'm fucking Desi because he's hot. Wow. And I'm fucking Adam Driver because he's hot.
This is interesting. Can we be binary for a quick sec?
Be bye.
This is the difference between men and women. Like, I need to feel some sort of like safe emotional connection, and you guys are like, he's hot.
Oh yeah, you said he's a sociopath.
That
I don't
is
care.
Yes, see, you don't care. That's so interesting to me.
I love a sociopath.
You asked if I
Wow.
care that he's shooting up heroin, and I said,
You
no,
like
I
that.
kind of like the daddy energy. I'll take it. Hey, that's his business. Like, I'm not going to do it with him, but that's his business, girl.
Let's give away the award. And the Betchy for the On Again, Off Again award for most average boyfriend goes to Adam.
Adam.
So sorry, son. Yeah, he just has so much promise at the beginning. Like, he starts at really average. You're sort of expecting him to go on an
Yeah.
upward trajectory or learn something about himself.
You can, and it's kind of the same thing with like Aiden and Carrie. It's like
God. Yeah, it really is.
He just doesn't like her.
No.
Doesn't like her.
Who, Adam?
Adam does not like Hannah
No.
at all in any episode.
Your final category is Best Girls Episode of All Time. Your nominees are The Pilot, Welcome to Bushwick, aka The Crackcident, Beach House, and Panic in Central Park. Favorite app?
I think I picked Beach House.
I also picked
because
Beach
as a standalone, with no context, I was thoroughly entertained. I understood everything I needed to understand.
Yeah.
The gays, period.
Period.
I think I'm not necessarily any of those girls. I think I'm Elijah. Low-key.
You know,
I deeply connect to that character.
What's amazing about both that episode and Panic in Central Park or whatever at Central Park,
Panic.
they both kind of could live as standalone short films.
Yeah.
You know, you don't need prior or previous, like you understand it without the context.
Yes.
The gag with the panic, I think that's especially true with Panic at Central
Yeah.
Park. And I felt that, and obviously this is season 5. We're like much deeper into the show, probably have more money, probably have more this, more that. It knows what it is.
More this and
it
that.
was the most, I felt that it was this,
like
that, and the most
The other
like
thing?
cinematic of all of them. Like, yeah, this, that, the other thing, and cinema, you know?
Yeah.
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 Right.
Exactly.
You're right. Yes.
so true.
No, that
I'm
was-
well
that's-
respected and taken
Jack,
seriously
Jack,
here.
That's so true.
That's
That's
so
so
true.
true. That was one of the things that I wrote down actually was there are so many iconic stills from that episode specifically. When you Google Marnie Michaels, you're getting that subway lean on the
Yeah.
pole with the headphones on. You're getting her in the red dress. In the shop, you're getting her soaking in the red dress. Like,
Underwater.
yeah, the underwater. Like, that is cinema. You're right. You're right, Jack.
I'm right.
I had so much fun watching the Crackcident, the Bushwick one. It's just like a cackle fest. It's really giggly, really fun.
Yeah.
And I felt like it was very great how the 4 of them were together, but all on their own journey in a sense.
Yeah, they all have their own storyline.
And it feels very like, I feel like that's so relatable. Like you go out with your friends to a party.
Wait, yes.
And then all of a sudden you're all on your own side quests. And then you end up in a cab together somehow at the end of the night.
yeah, and you're like, how was your night?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what happened?
Yeah.
Does it get a little less comedy, a little more drama as it
Yeah.
goes on? Because I really felt like season 5, I was like, whoa, this is like tonally much different
Yeah.
than what I've been dealing with the last 3 episodes.
It also gets that way because the girls don't actually interact with each other as much as the seasons go on. You watch their friendships all separate and go on their own paths. Just got distracted by my own engagement ring. Sorry. So there's just less of that like back and forth banter comedy between these like 4 friends who in the earlier seasons they're saying insane shit to each other, and that's why
Yeah.
it's really fun and energetic.
It's like you actually watch their frontal cortexes developing because Marnie is like 25 in that episode, which is usually when that happens.
Usually.
Okay, doctor in
And
the house.
So in the beginning, I feel like they're still sort of living in this like fantasy of what they are or who they are or what they may become.
yeah.
And then like as many people age, you realize that's not real or that's not happening. And then you kind of become bitter.
And I feel like that's a lot of what they talk about in Beach House, actually. Like, that's Hannah's main criticism of Marnie, is that she's living this life out of fear because she had these big ideas for what her life was going to be. And now she's, like, scared to face the reality that that's not happening, babe. Like, you're not on the path for that, all those dreams to come true. And that is, like, devastating and really scary for her.
The forced healing thing was so Triggington because I literally felt like I've been in that situation.
You know what was stressful for me? Watching Marnie have to split a meal that was made for 4 amongst like 8+ people. I was like, that's my nightmare.
That was a classic gag.
There's just so many big swings in the writing. Like, Elijah slaps Marnie when she won't stop talking about her breakup.
And then he brings up how and then she says he calls him a bad singer. And so she slaps him.
Yeah, it's so good.
He goes, that's a pressure point for me. I was like, mood.
Yeah. It's a really wild swing to take. It feels unrealistic. Like, I can imagine writing that on the page. It's like, oh, this would never happen. But then you watch it and you're like, oh my God, finally somebody slapped this bitch. Like, enough is enough. I just loved that. Also, I was watching Welcome to Bushwick at work, and I just want to make a formal apology to anybody who saw nudity on my screen. I didn't realize there would be so much.
Shout out earlier career Andrew Rannells. You're so cute now. You were super cute then, and you did great in the show, and I just love you.
Hey, that's awesome. Good job, Andrew.
Okay, I hope Lena and Andrew both see those messages.
Andrew, if you do, HMU.
That means hair and makeup. Okay, I think it's time to give away the award for Best Episode of Girls. And the Betchy for the best episode of Girls of all time goes to... I'm nervous. It's another tie!
What?
It's a tie between The Crackcident and Panic in Central Park.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Justice for Beach House.
Yeah.
Justice for Beach House. I guess we're all about late game girls here.
I'm
Well,
also
The Crackcident
like
is season 1.
concerned
True.
about the mental health of this office if they all picked the Panic in Central Park.
And the Crackcident.
Hey, girls, reach out if you want to talk, okay?
Yeah, we have an HR department.
So, Lena Dunham came out with a new show, Too Much, starring Meg Stalter.
Love.
So she was interviewed by Variety a couple weeks ago, and I guess the reporter asked her where the characters of Girls are now. Okay, so Shoshanna was married to, then divorced from, the mayor of New York City, and she runs an athleisure startup that's zero waste.
Yep.
I can see that.
That feels
Yeah.
right.
Totally see
That
the
feels
athleisure
right.
for her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Adam is a cult theater actor, and he's probably living in Berlin.
So that's actually just Adam Driver. Continue.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Marnie, it's third marriage. She still sings, but I think Marnie really needs to take it to Sex and Love Addicts Anonymous.
Wow.
Rip. Not
Yeah.
manifesting that for you.
No, not
But
for me.
fine. She was on her first marriage that was already crumbling at 25, and you've already not done that. So we're good
Check.
here.
Good.
Check.
Jessa is unvaccinated and lives on a boat in Croatia.
I love how she's unvaccinated. That's
Yeah.
correct. That's correct.
Ray is still on city council and running his coffee shop and doing better than anyone.
Of course.
That's why he's
what we-
marriage material.
Yeah, that's why we wanted to marry him.
Stable. Elijah is the fourth lead on a sitcom, making a good amount of money and still looking for love in all the wrong places. Okay, and finally, Hannah. She teaches at Bard and loves raising her son. She probably has a girlfriend who's like a chef, and she's less obsessed with being famous. That's where I feel that she would land.
A girlfriend.
Wow, she gave
we
her,
sort-
her own character the best life.
Do we sort of get a queer awakening from her in this?
No, not in Girls.
Great. Well, suddenly, girls has a new meaning.
Yeah.
I mean, Miranda became lesbian. They needed someone to go lesbian.
Right. She
And
had.
she was
there
always coded.
has to be one.
I was watching it like, those bangs are too short. There's no way you like men only.
Yeah. Well, I think that is it for this episode of Betches Video Club. You can find us all on Instagram at
The Jack Maloney.
@Madeline_Mahoney.
At Brian Russell Smith.
You can follow us on YouTube to find out what our next episode will be. And most importantly, that is where you can participate in the voting. So if you heard these awards going out and you were like, I completely disagree, get your butt out of bed and onto our YouTube and go vote, okay? These
Every
votes-
vote counts.
Every vote counts. If you're still in
Every
line,
vote.
stay in line.
Stay in line.
Like, subscribe, comment. That's a wrap.
Rappington.